everyone, just getting my computer ready and so I can see what's going on, because on this little phone I can't see. So welcome, hi. Let me go into here and into here. And then I should be able to see comments. So, welcome this morning. I hope you've had a good weekend so far. I've got to put my eyeballs on. I've got a granny train. So, forwarding. Okay, so, I have to turn the computer where I can see it. Hi Sandy, hi Maya, hi Jimmy, hi everyone. I might just keep that mouse over here, because that means I can actually see what's going on too, and scroll. Hi. Computer's a little bit far away, but I can still sort of see it. So, I seen this the other day, and I thought, what a great idea. And this is fabulous for those just learning too. And I thought you would find it very interesting. So I'm just going to thread my needle and in there, and under there, and I think everything else is set. Hi everyone, hi Yvonne, hi Jen, hi Liz. Okay, so what I've got in front of me is I've got a Teflon mat. They're about $9 to stock those. I've got one of the packs, this is number 14, of charm squares. Let's see if I can put my teeth back in today. I've got a ruler, but I don't know if I need that. I have a zipper, it's number 3 zipper. I'm hoping it's going to be long enough. No idea, but that's what I've got so far. I've also got some fabric for lining, which I'm going to iron. And I'm going to get the measurements and stuff I'm going to write up a little pattern for it. I'll give this a quick iron. My little iron is away, ready for the trip away. So I'm just going to use this big baby and iron them out. So what I've got is, oops, I just ironed a crease into it. Let's try again. There we go. 3 bits of lining, and I mean, you can use whatever you like. It doesn't matter what fabric you use. Closer so I can see. What else is there? Hi Sue, hi Sheila. Good morning Pat, good morning Louise. Watching off anything that we're learning. Well, hopefully you'll get something out of this. So, just pop them aside. I'm going to get all the measurements and that to everyone. And, but in the meantime, I'll sort of chat about it as I go. So what I've also got here is just, like it's a interfacing, iron-on interfacing. And I've cut it roughly, I've cut it bigger than I need. So around about 20, yeah, about 20 by 15 or 18 or something, but I'm gonna get the proper measurements too. So I'm just gonna open that up and place out these. So I've got lots of different colours in this pack. What are we making? Sorry, I missed the beginning. That's all right. We're going to make a project bag. We're going to use it though, do it using charm squares. But I seen a really easy way to put them together, because there's so many seams, and you sort of look at it and go, ugh, you know, if the points aren't lining up, yada yada yada, that's annoying, so on and so forth. I don't know what's happening there. So I thought I would take out this and do it at the same time, and you guys can have a look at it and see whether it's something you guys could do. I'm also going to create some kits as well. I'm just putting these aside for a minute. Just going to make up that. So this is, I've got two pieces for a front and a back, and I've also got a little bit of this, which is roughly around about 5 by 20. So that's for the top part of it. So I'm just going to grab this and place out my batiks, and I'm going to just go one here on top, and I'm placing with the shiny side up. Hi Jenny, I got told I show off getting points spot on a quilting group. What? I got told I show off getting point. What's that mean, that you show off? You're allowed to show off. You can show off if you want to. These groups need to pull their heads in, I tell you. If they're being facetious, they need to pull their heads in. Alright, so you can do this also with the mini charm squares. It just means you need lots more. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 across, and I've got them with a tiny little gap in between, just a tiny gap, and I'm going 3 across, and I'm going to go 3 up. So it should be roughly just on the 14.5 inch square. That one. Green one. Go that way. So I'm changing these around. They say I make it look easy as I can do points and others who see struggle. Well, that just shows you how easy it is when you put your bloody mind to it, I say. And if you actually try, I mean, they've never had to really try, have they? Not like you have. So I'm just alternating some colours. The creases might give me the irrits, but they should press down all right, and just leave that little gap in between. Mate, I think you're doing an amazing job, and they should be grateful that you're there in the group with them and sharing your knowledge and your experiences. And we're going to repeat the same process for the back as well. So I'm just alternating. I don't think I've got that one on. It's very close to that. Yeah, it might be all right. There. All right, now, oops days. All you do then, and make sure you use this, you get your Teflon mat, place it over the top, and with a dry iron, don't use steam because it'll fluff up in your face, just iron them down. Now my Teflon mat's not quite as big as this, but that's alright. I'll iron down what I can, and then I will move it up. Mate, you can use this method as well. This would work really, really well. Man, would they be really jealous of your points. You watch. So then take that off. Oh no, I haven't heated it up enough. Let's try again. Just hold it down a little bit longer. So just heat it up so that they don't come off with the thing, with the template plastic. You want them to stick to the fusible interfacing, and this is just a thin interfacing from the S&L stores, nothing fantastic. I think actually I think G might actually stock it. It's a pity the Teflon mats don't come a bit bigger. I can get these made bigger. That is a thing I can actually get done. I've got so many in this size at the moment. I sort of didn't want to. That's not coming off. That's coming off. All right. Keep going. Yeah, I didn't want to go purchasing another huge lot of stuff without having these ones sold. Maybe when I get the next ones made, I'll get them made in a smaller size. Oops. So obviously this is going to take a little minute. How much for the Teflon? I think it's $9 off the top of my head. Really quite simple, quite inexpensive, I should say, and a nice little add to your stock. Very handy. There we go. So it's not coming off with the Teflon. That one will, because I haven't ironed it yet. Just peel it up, move it up to the next lot. You can also use the applique mat. It might take a few minutes for it to stick through that too. Love the Teflon mat. Even took one to the neighbourhood centre for the. Do you take them to your craft? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, Dal. Can I have one, please? Yeah, Heather, sure. I'll write that down. I have this time. I'm prepared with pen and paper in the back. We gave my iron a bit of time to heat up too. Okay, I'll just write down. Can I use baking? Yes, you can, Deb. You could also use baking paper. Yeah. So I'm just writing Heather's name down. Okay, so you've done one side. Now let's do. Sorry, comment went. Take to craft live shows. Yes, I do, Dale. I always take them with me. So that's one. We'll put that one up here. Actually, put it over here. Then we grab the next one. And we do the same again. So you can, again, like alternate the colours. They don't have to be exactly the same as the front. They can be any which way you like. All good. Any which way but loose. So this is like I say, pack number 14. So the pack itself is only 20 bucks. I've got a nice little sale on with them at the moment because I've got so many in stock. What I don't like is I cannot take my sewing machine and sew going to and from home. No, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, it's not really. They haven't really created a, portable, so to speak, one that's worthwhile using. Sometimes you see them advertised and stuff, but they're really useless. One there. Yellow running. Yeah. And I've literally just got a tiny little gap in between. Not really being overly fussy. And maybe that one there. Okay, and get the Teflon mat again. Can I please have one of those packs? Yeah, sure, Jude. I'll just grab one. Hang on. Got them sitting aside here. I'll pop your name straight on it, sweetie. I can find the texter. Alright, who ate me texter? Alright. Who stole me texter? So I can write it on the back. Yep, got it, Jude. I'll pop that over there. Done. Okay, now, gorgeous colours, aren't they? So just again, I'm just going to iron these on. Now the iron's heated up a little bit, it might be a bit quicker. Yep. So just make sure that if you do go onto your fabric, you don't touch that glue with your iron, because that'll make an absolute mess. Oh no, it's still coming off. Good. And don't use steam, because the steam will just literally reflect back into your face, and that you could scald yourself. That won't be pleasant at all. Alright, one's not quite stuck. Stick that one down. Yeah, so I hope you've had a good weekend so far, seeing friends and family and doing a bit of sewing, or out in the garden, or in between the raindrops. It's been not too bad here. We had a little bit of rain yesterday and last night. Just peel that off and come over here. Just make sure your bits are down. And line this side. And yeah. What are you sticking it onto? I missed the start. Sorry, Jenny. Dry sheets to remove glue on the iron is magic. Oh, okay, great, Barbara. So that's a great advice. Jenny, I am using an iron-on interfacing, just a dressmaker's one. All right, so that's that. So I've done number 2. You can see they're ironed on, and then what I want to do is grab one more, making sure the glue's facing up, and we're just going to pop 3 across the top here. Not really taking notice of where they're landing. I'm just sort of, you know, whether 2 are going to be close to each other or not. I haven't really taken much notice. So you can sort of go, oh no, this one can't go here because it'll be touching the next one. No worries, Jenny. I've done nothing trying to be good for a change. Yes, you need to rest those eyes of yours, or one eye at least. So iron them on there. And like I say, I'll get the measurements and that. I'll create a little pattern for you. It'll be like a printed sheet, and will only be like about $5 just to cover printing and paper. Printer costs a fortune. But yeah, I'll do that this afternoon. Okie dokie. Hopefully that should be stuck. Deb O'Brien mentioned that you could use what they call it, freezer paper. You could absolutely do that. Only thing is that freezer paper is dearer, because you would only get so many uses out of it. Okay. So I think that's stuck down. Feels like it. I'll just put the rest of these aside for now. They're pretty much done. So what we're going to do now is I'll grab the small one and you'll see how easy this is. So first things first, fold it over facing. So the first crease where you've left that little gap, fold it over, and we'll cut off the excess soon. I'm just going to move that there. And do a 1/4 inch seam. Open her out. I'll have a pattern sheet too, please. Oh, look, Heather, yes, once they're out, I will, I'll pop it out there that they're available. Look at that. Look at that beautiful seam. Then we're going to do the same on this side. And I'm just going to pop that under there. Doesn't want to move because of the mat, of course. Yeah. And that's those. So all I'm going to, now this stuff doesn't like being ironed from the other side, so all I'm going to do is press the seams to one way with the iron, and again, because I've still got the glue showing, haven't trimmed that off yet, I'm just going to put the Teflon mat on top and give it a quick press. It's awesome, isn't it, Pat? Can you see what's going to happen with the others? Okay. And that is then sewn. You just leave that in. It's no different. It works like a little bit of stabilizer. We're going to put other stabilizer in, of course, but it helps stabilize the fabric a little bit, but not too heavy. And that is sewn together. Looks awesome, doesn't it? All right, so you've got one. Pop that aside, and we'll grab the bigger ones. And again, fold it over where you've got that crease, that gap. Just finger press it. Watch the rest, I might miss some. No, oh, sugar. No, that was my iron that just got me. No worries, Pat. I'm just going to move this camera over a fraction so I can sit that iron there without it burning me. Stay. There we go. Alright, so then we grab this one. We fold it one way, lift up, and do your 1/4 inch seam all the way down. Okay, fold it back. Now grab the other side, fold that down. And because it's got that gap there, it sort of just wants to do it, which makes it easy. And sew down that one. And then you've got those two sewn. Then all I want you to do is take this one and go that way. And it'll fold nice and easy on that crease. So I'm just folding like a well, I don't know, what do they call them, a 4-patch, 9-patch. Lift and lift. There you go. So when you get those seams, those joins, just make sure you go a little bit slower on your standard machine. Look at that. I've got perfect points. Then go this way. Going to make sure that's folding the right way, and do the same thing again. That fold will want to, that like gap will want to fold. That's a normal, natural thing for it to want to do. And there you go, you got it. And look at my points, they're all matching. I know, I know. How much gap did you leave? I would say probably maybe 1/8. And it doesn't matter that I've got this little, you know, a little bit higher there or whatever. My points match. So we're just going to give that a bit of a press. I'm just going to push those over one way, then over the other way, that down, and get the iron. Oh, I've got a bit of a misstitch there. It's come undone. That's better. So just press them. This one I can pretty much press. I just got to watch the edges. I know, isn't that amazing, Jimmy? So what happens is the creases in the little gaps in between create like, I don't know, like a tunnel for the fabric to fold into, which means that your points are always going to be the same. They're going to meet just nicely, just like that. And it doesn't matter how many or how big you make it, it's going to always do that. So I know you can't see it, Jimmy, but what's happening is that I've got a 9 patch and all my points are meeting, and all I've done is sew them together on a piece of interfacing. So I'll show you the back. Nice and neat too, hey, all enclosed seams. No fraying, no nothing. Now, I'll do the next one, the other one. So again, you'll get the same thing. Fold over. I know, Heather, it's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, so this pattern, I'll create one for it. It's a little bit different to the one that I've seen online. Because I thought we could probably, you know, just tweak things up a little to suit. There, it's one, and do the other side, right there, nice and easy. I don't know why I haven't thought of this before. Crazy, isn't it? Jimmy can't do it. Jimmy can't do it. Oh, Jimmy can do it. Oh, yes, Jimmy definitely can do it. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to finger press those one way, finger press those the other. It doesn't matter which way they go. It just makes it easier when I fold the opposite side. So fold it over. And Jimmy, man, they thought your points were good. You wait until you do this. They'll be magic. They'll be jelly. Okay, and then one more. But then as you lot tell me I can do anything, absolutely can. My oath you can. Well, we've proved that. You've proved that, I should say. And we've proved, having you in our group, that we are richer because of it. Oh, I think I've got a bit of thread in there, but she'll be right. I won't worry about it. Come on, up's a daisy, up, up, up. There we go. And then fold that the other way. That was probably a bigger seam, but should be right in the long run. Question is, can Jenny do Actually, I might go that way. Just open them out, give them a bit of a press. Just watch if you've still got interfacing, that your iron doesn't touch the interfacing again. But again, all my seams are accurate, and I've done that in no time. All it was placement. Took me the longest time so far, so that's pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. As I put up on Friend's page this morning, I'll do the spring medallion. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Jimmy. Now I'm just going to cut the excess off, but I'm just going to use a pair of scissors, so bear with me while I find them. Oh, this will do. This should do it. Just a pair of scissors will do it. So I'm just going to cut the excess off. Maybe they'll do it. Oh yeah, they're only paper scissors, so. Now obviously this is also another product that you could use a no-sew batting joiner if you wanted to join pieces of this together, but make sure you do it on your applique mat, and you've got your Teflon mat underneath. I'll give that a proper press in a minute. That's one. So I'm really only just getting rid of some of this stuff because for bulk, and I don't want my iron getting too mucky. I mean, it's mucky enough. So you can also, anything that's got a straight edge of some sort, you can pretty much do this. Know how you go with curves, it might be a bit awkward. Your sewing machine is opposite side of mine, yours is left side. Oh, because I'm in, it's because I'm in selfie mode, so it doesn't switch it around. So it's it's definitely the same size as yours. Yeah, some people get confused with that, but because it's in selfie mode, the camera, I'm using my phone, yeah, you'll see it back to front. Sorry. You got to think of everything I'm doing back to front. I'm actually right-handed. So it's that one. And then this baby. And I'm just going to trim that off. You could also use your offcuts of this as batting joiner if you wanted to. So you could actually keep these if you run out of batting joiner and you haven't got any, but you've got some leftover of this, then this can come in handy too. It's a more expensive way of doing it, but it'll get you out of trouble while you've run out. So what I'm going to do is, once I've got this all cut away, I'm going to then give them a good iron. Sorry, this is like watching grass grow. Alright, just get rid of those for now, so they're not in the way. Okie dokie. Alright, so now I'm just going to run the iron over them again, just to ensure that they are all stuck down. And yeah, and that's that. That's those. How cool was that? Isn't that awesome? What a cool little technique. Don't know what you call it, but I call it magic. Never even thought of doing it. Dirty iron. See what happens when you got a dirty iron. Yeah, love that. Alright, that's one. And I've got a really nice neat finish on the back. Hey Nancy. I know, Christine. How cool are the seams? It's amazing, isn't it? And they're all encased. Look. They're not fraying. They're not coming undone. There is no chance in Hades. And they're all the same. I do have a dirty iron. Just made another mark on here. That's all right. This is my sample. She'll be right. That's all right. Christmas gifts coming up. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. That's what I thought. All right, so I'm just going to pop the iron over there for a sec so I don't burn myself, because I am likely to. All right. Okay. Now, once you've got this, now I don't have my wadding or anything there, so I'm going to just go and cut some wadding. I'll be right back. Bear with me. Love that technique. Hello, I'm from Montreal. Hi, Barbara from Montreal. Welcome. We're in Australia. So give me 2 seconds. I'll just grab some batting. Now I'm just going to use a poly batting, so bear with me a second while I cut that. Okay, so this is bigger than I need. Hi, Michelle, says Christine. Hi, just came on. So what we've done, Christine, is we've used, and you'll be able to go back and watch this because this will be in, we've just used an iron-on interfacing to actually create those really nice seams. My points all match, just saying, just putting it out there. And I haven't had to pin or anything, so I'm just going to pop them over there. I'm going to get the bag back. Okay. Is it a Palin? No, what size are your squares, please? They are, Christine, they are 5-inch squares from a charm pack. No, it wasn't a Palin. It was, this is just an iron-on, not an iron-on, this is just polyester batting, like you'd use in a quilt or a kiddie's quilt or something, or a throw, something that you don't have to have anything really expensive. It's just a cheap poly one. So this is the back. I am going to have to cut it back a bit. So, oh, my scissors again. Where'd I bury them? There we are. I don't know if they'll cut through this, but we'll give it a whirl. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay, now at this point I can do a couple of things. So I can quilt this, which would be smart for me. And if I'm going to quilt that, take the backing out. I'm just going to move this mat because everything's grabbing on it. So this is the back. This is the back of the bag, and all I'm going to do is just run a stitch. Now I've got black thread in. It doesn't matter for me for what I'm doing. Fusible interfacing. No, it's just. I mean, you can use a fusible. Oh, for the interfacing is the stuff I used before. Yeah, to under here. Yep. So I'm just going to stitch in the ditch on these in the best way I know how, which is over the ditch and under the ditch, next to the ditch. I'm just going to move that up a bit, save a bit of waste. And I don't have my gloves on. Need these babies. Hi Judy. So I'm going to quilt or push anything through the machine. I've got a bit of an owie on my knuckle there. I don't know how I did that, but I do. Yeah, I need my gloves. So I'm just going to up the stitch length to around about the 4, and I'm just pulling those stitching those seams apart a little, and just sort of, yep, I'm over the ditch now. And just stitch them down. And you'll do this to the front and that bag top as well. Now I'm next to the ditch again. I'm definitely not in the ditch, just saying. And then you can go this way. So I'm just sewing, like doing a crosshatch across it basically, just a massive crosshatch. I mean, if you want to free motion, you know, stipple, whatever you like. But to get it done nice and quickly, I think this is very effective. And it's done. So we're just going to do that. Do that. Love the colours of the fabrics. Barsha, these are from a fabric pack. I've got it's number 14 and they're $20 for that pack. Then all I'm going to do is just trim that back. I'm using high-tech tools here today. And little side bits. You need almost, because there's 40 pieces in the pack, I reckon you'd come close to actually doing almost 2 out of 1 pack, I reckon. So we've got 9, 10, oh yeah, easy, you'd get 2 out of 1 pack. So we're going to do the same for the front and for that little top bit. So let's find, can't reach, another piece of this. The person who I saw it do it didn't do the wadding right up in, they tucked it in and all that sort of stuff, and I went, yeah, no. I think just sewing it in, it'll be fine. But that was way too much hard work. So again, I'm just sewing down these seams. I've lengthened my stitch. Up you go, there we go. I'm pretty much sewing right next to the ditch. And if you do it on everything all the same the whole way through, then it looks like it's meant to be like that. Doesn't it? For those who say it's not in the ditch, but you say, well, it's all the way through, so obviously it wasn't meant to be in the ditch. Perfection is not my forte. And another one. And you don't need to pin this because it's got the interfacing on the other side. It just sort of sits there. It's really quite easy. And stitch through. Michelle, doesn't that side need lining? What side? Oh yeah, yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do the lining. I haven't put, I'm not quilting through the lining, I'm just quilting through the top. So the top and the wadding. Hi Shell, how you going? Better late than never, nothing wrong with being late. You can always go back and watch the start so you know how I've got to this point anyway. So this will go up on OoeyTubi, just FYI. So that's one part of the front and the back done as quilted. Then we get, I had a little bit of, well, that might be maybe. Oh, look at that. That's going to work a treat. We're just going to use that bit. Nice. Trim that off now. And all I'm going to do is stitch bang bang there. And that'll hold that down. Sorry, I thought you put the blue lining under the... Yeah, I did. I moved it. All right, so that's those all done. I'll just trim that little bit of excess off there. All right, so they are quilted, pieced, and all done in what? Just on half an hour or so. So that was nice and easy. Easy peasy. All right, next thing we want to put the zipper in, and so what we're going to do is, this is going to, we're going to actually do, let me move the back out of the way for a minute. So basically this is going to fold like that. We're going to have a zipper on one side, so right side facing down, left to right for opening. Now I'm going to trim this after I've popped it on. You can put a little end on there. I can probably do that. That's really quite quick and easy. Let me just find a little bit of fabric here before. This will do it. So all you need to do is, batik fabric's nice and easy this way because you don't need to fluff around too much. Seen this done too. This is a better way of doing it. Just cut the piece the same width as your zipper, just like that. It opens out to around about roughly 2 inches. Now you would put the wrong side towards the zipper. I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to trim off that, if it'll let me. And you put the wrong side facing over the zippy end, just like that. Place it in, like that. You go to your machine and you do a rough 1/4 inch. You can go back and forth a couple of times just to support it. And then what you do is you fold that back over that way and you've got a zipper end. How cool is that? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. So I'll just pinch that really tight. So that's going to go there. So this one here, I'm going to move that down. It needs to be there, that there. I need to trim it right there. This is a trickier one. So move that zip down a bit. Get those 2 babies in there. Open this fella up. I've never seen it done this way and I thought that was bloody brilliant. What a brilliant idea. Just join them together. Sort of like hold the 2 ends of the zipper together because it's open. It's going to be, you know, be a bit of a poop. Then fold that over. You can clip it all if you want to, but if you're really quick, hold on to it. Just hold on to it, place it under your machine, and do your 1/4 inch seam, back forward a couple of times, and then you fold that back and you've got another zipper end, just like that, there. How cool is that? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Could probably have made it a little bit shorter. Maybe I might just do that, just to make my life difficult. Hang on. I'll just unpick that for a sec, and then I'll make it a little bit shorter. So the width of this is going to be around about 14 inches, roughly. So your zipper needs to be at least that big. So let's make this a little bit shorter so it sits in a little bit further. Okay. Come off. Alright, so we're going to cut that off anyway. So I'm going to come across here and cut about a 1/4 inch off the end. There's only a little bit out. Grab that bit of fabric again, place it back in there, in that fold. Now, that would be the right side. So if you're using fabric that's a printed fabric, not a dye like batiks are, it would be the wrong side facing the zipper. Lift up, stitch across again, and then I can fold over, get rid of that thread, and that now fits better. I'm happier with that. Alrighty. Okie doke. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold that down that way. Actually, before I put the zipper on, I want to put a handle on. The one thing I noticed with the original pattern, it didn't have a handle. And I think we need a handle. So we're going to fold that in half. And this is the top bit. So I'm going to fold in half, just like that. I've got a halfway marks there. So I'm just going to pop a pin here where I can see the fold. And on this side. And before we put any lining, if you've got any, labels or anything like that, you'd be putting them on now. So, which I might do actually. Now the handles, I'm just going to use, it's probably, here it is. A little bit of grey, which is in the lining. You could use a couple of those joined together, but I figured I've already got it sort of sitting. It just went all funny. Because I'm not putting any lining or anything in there, I'm going to use it as a double. So I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to bring it in like this to the centre. I'm just finger pressing for now. Any more of those colour left? Christine, yeah, I do, darling. Yeah. Oops, a days, nearly knocked the camera over. I'll pop your name on this one, Christine Phil. Yep, got it, Christine. All right, so then we're going to fold that back over. I think we'll fold it into the centre and then across again. So it's sort of like a double whammy. I'm just going to, but I've got nice, what's the named ends, folded in ends, and I'm going to stitch them down. I'm going to stitch them like, on either side, probably twice down the centre. You can press this, and I'll do that just off camera. Give me a second. That'll just helps with the sewing it down. Bear with me a second again. Okay, sorry, I just forgot something. All right, so this is probably around about 15 inches. It's way too long. We probably only need about 12. So just pop them there. I'm going to sew either side. I'll probably end up cutting that back, but that'll be the right measurement in the pattern. then I'm just going to go, if I go down, down the middle, and then I'll do one more on the other side, so it's like 4 stitchings down it. This will give it a little bit of extra strength too. Okie doke. Alright, so I'm going to just trim this back. Which are around about 14. Just for now. See how long that needs to be. So I want you to fold it under a good inch and place it like that there, and I'm just centering it there, and we're going to stitch that down, but I'm going to put the 1 inch fold, the raw edge, to the actual edge of that seam. Just see if I can pin it in place pretty thick. Missed some of the live. Eve and the girls just dropped over for a quick visit. Oh, nice. And then we could just need to cut that. So it needs to be, say, 5, maybe 7 inches. So I just need to cut that an inch wider, so about there. So I'll move it in a little bit. Sorry, I just broke my pin. Come here. Move it over a bit, halfway through that center, that seam. I should put it. Yeah, I reckon there. Grab another pin that's not going to break on me. Can't use clips here. Now, if you're using a faux leather or anything like that, you won't be able to pin in it. Fold this end up an inch, and it gives it a bit of a loop then, and put it halfway, so about half an inch for the folded edge up to the seam, and then the other raw bit across another half inch to the inside. And we're going to just top stitch that, and all I'm going to do is because I've already got the lines on there, it's just going to sit in a nice box there, and stay in there nicely. Just remember to forward and back, it starts and finishes. Maybe pressing buttons, and I'm just going to leave that pin sitting there so I can see where that 1 inch mark is, because I want to get right up to that edge, and move up and across, tucking that little raw edge thing there. I haven't got my little pointy thing with me, and go straight across. If you like to do the cross, the cross that people do, the cross hatchet, you can do that as well if you like. I'll find that this is just enough. Whoops, guys, a bit psycho there. And that does that one, so just like that. And I'm going to do that other one. You can fold it in half an inch if you want to, if you find that an inch is too much. The idea is to give you something to put your hand under, and give it some support. Today's this is not going to have heavy stuff in it, so it's not too bad. Right, did I unthread myself? I did. Oops. you go. And needle threading. Make sure that hook is facing downwards when you're needle threading with these little ones. They are brilliant. You can use it with the hook facing up. It just means you've got to come from the other direction. I like going under it and then pulling the thread through just like that. Nothing worse than not being able to thread a machine when you want to. Hang on. And lift up. And I'm just going to turn it. And I can see, got my foot there. Wait, I'm going too fast. Lift up. Turn. Just going to trim that thread off. You can pull it through the other side if you really want to. And that can go in there. Just tuck that little bit in. And that'll encase that in there as well. Encase that raw edge seam that you've got in there. Again, don't forget to go backwards and forwards at the start and finish. And that gets my little handle. Alrighty. Great to see the holes in the needle soon. Yeah, you will. So that's a little handle there. Alright, so that's the top bit. That's how that's going to go. So we've got, I keep knocking that camera. Now this is our, I call this magic tape because it's amazing stuff. It's a hemming tape, and what you want to do is place, this has got to go face down, so on your zipper, put the hemming tape right along the edge of the actual zipper. So furthest point away from the teeth. So just place that on there. Take off the paper. Turn it over. And with the zipper, I've got the probably zipper right facing the wrong way. Hang on. Let me just pop that paper back on because I'm going to need that on there anyway. Let me just pop that on there. That's what happens when you don't have the zipper facing the right way. Zipper's got to go that way, so let's do the other side. Might as well. So just on the furthest point, all the way down. Probably hear the dog barking. Everything's happening here today. There we go. This is the one I want off. Turn a little bit of glue over. This stuff washes out anyway. So zipper facing to the left and that facing down, and put the raw edge of the zipper to the top of the bag. And that's the actual lid of the bag. Then get your lining. Now I know my lining has been cut pretty much bigger, I think. I know it's, yeah, a little bit bigger, but I'm just going to line that up there. I'll trim it back in a minute, and put your lining there across, and you can clip if you like, or pin, whatever suits, either. And as you're sewing along, you'll need to remove the, or not remove, but move the zipper head out of the way because it'll give you the irrits. You can also, with that tape, you can also place another couple of bits of this along, so you can put a bit here, just like that. And it doesn't gum up. Does anyone else have the lines going across it? Yeah, you will. That's because of the white background. Nothing I can do about it. That's digital for you. And then take that paper off. Get it. Now and now. Get your lining. So you don't even have to use clips. Place that down. You press that down. It'll hold while you're sewing. And it doesn't even gum up your machine, and it washes out if you need to wash it. So I'm just going to make sure that that's going to cover what I want it to. Beauty. Lift that up. And I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch along here, close to your zipper as you can. And as you get closer to that zipper head, you're going to need to lift up and move that out of the way. You might have to lift your foot up a bit. A bit of a shove. Because we've stuck it down, it's not going anywhere. It's not moving. The zipper itself is not going anywhere. So sew that in. Thought it might be or your eyes, yeah. Alright, so then that one, pull that up again, fold that over, push that down like that, pinch it down, and we're going to top stitch that down. And you can finger press, or you can iron. I'm probably going to chuck the iron on it in a second. As soon as I put this up, it'll all stop. There we go. So I'll just get the iron. Just be careful you got that paper and that tape on, alright, that you don't melt the paper or burn the paper or get it stuck on your iron. Alright, set that down. He's out of bed to listen to you, is she? So now we're going to just top stitch that down. I've still got the black in. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all. Because my other stitching is all black, so it can stay that way. So top stitch at 1/8 if you can. If 1/8 is too hard, do 1/4 inch. And again, as you get close to that zipper, you're going to have to move it out of the way. Okay, so that's one side done. Nothing wrong with stitching highlight. That's right, Jimmy. I think so. Well, that can be a signature, can't it? Alright, so we're doing good. We're going alright so far. Now, we'll get the back, whichever one you choose to be the back. I don't really care, so I'm just going to grab the first one. And we're going to then get just the front of it, like the top of it, fold it over and sew those two bits together. Now this here, because you've got you might want to do your butting up of your seams. You don't have to. You could clip it, or you could even use the tape. Either. I'm just going to place a clip there, and as I get closer I'll move it to the next one. But they're sort of lining up anyway, so it goes to be matte because I've got the wadding touching underneath. Okay. Now I am going to just trim that side of that lining because that will cause issues. So just let me trim that side. Did you use batting? Came in late? Yes. Or just too lazy? That too, Jimmy. Yes, so I used just a poly batting. Just a. I didn't use a bag batting because it's already got interfacing, so I didn't bother. Okay, so that one there. Then we need to. Today's. This one here should be the. Oh, wait. Yep, that's it there. So that's that one. So we're just going to sew that onto that. Sew that onto there. Too that way, stop that mat from running away on me. Doesn't matter which way, I can always trim it off because it's a bit bigger. Alright, better put some of that tape in my parcel to Michelle. Thanks, Naomi. Double-sided hemo tape. Yep, no worries. I'll write that down. Okay. Alrighty. Now I didn't have to make it into 2 bits. I could have just, you know, made one big long piece if I wanted to. It makes no real difference. I just happen to have them cut that way, so that's the way they're going to be. Okay, so we've got that sorted. Now what we want to do is the front of the bag facing down, and this is where I always get sort of skewy a little. So I've got that zipper open, take that tape off there, line it up that, sure Jimmy, I'll pop some aside for you. I've got plenty in stock. Okay, let's come undone there. So that just holds it in place. And I'll put some on the back of it. That means I don't have to pin a heap and clip a heap when I'm doing things like this. I'm such a lazy person. If I can stick it and glue it and cut and paste it, I'm happy. That's why I like collage quilting and stuff, because it's all cut and paste. Alright, now we just need the other lining. I think this one's pretty much bigger. Yep, it is. So take that off. It also means I'm doing the zipper in one process too, so it's a bit bigger than the base, and I'm just going to stick that down. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to sew it down. Jimmy. Yep, done. I'll move this iron thing out of the way for a second. this way so I can feel the zipper. So bend and stretch, there we go. Feel the zipper. I'm just coming in off the page a little. Stitch down there. I can feel the teeth of the zipper, and as I get close to that zipper head, lift up in there, lift up the foot, move it out of the way, pull that back down. The beauty of that tape is it stops it from being pulled apart, like moving, so I can just sew straight across. I would like some too, please, Michelle. Sure, Marlene. Okay. Alrighty. So that's that one. Then we open it out that way. Looky, looky. Just zip that up for a second. Just give it a good finger press there. And you see my lining's huge compared to the other. That's fine also. And I'm just going to top stitch that down there. Again, I'll just move the zipper as I go. And I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way. Pop that up there. This in here. And I'm just, again, just an eighth of an inch. Come on, there you go. Okay, alrighty. Pieces everywhere. So that's top stitch down. That's top stitch down. So I'm just going to then take this. I'm going to need to go and trim all this. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. Okay. Now, okay, so what you need to do is get your piece, fold it in half, and then open out the top bit. And we're going to sew. Now you're going to only be able to sew to around about here. Okay, this bit here. And then you're going to have to come over and stop to the other side. You're going to lose, like there's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches there. We just, don't worry about sewing that yet. We'll sew that in a mini. And then going to come across here and just sew that lining. You want to take that backing out of the way, line up those edges, sorry, take the front out of the way. So what we need to do is we need to sew just here and make sure you back stitch, and then start just on the other side where that zipper is, back stitch, and then go all the way down to the bottom. You're going to leave an opening at the bottom, make sure it's a good one, excuse me, and then come around and do the same on the other side. Again, you could tape these seams closed if you wanted to, or you can just wing it like I'm going to. I'm just going to start with this little bit first, and I'm just going to hold it nice and tight. And I'm going to sew, now I'm doing a bigger seam. I say bigger seam, but it's a little bit, it's like a generous 1/4 inch. So as far as it'll let me, and then back again. Okay, and lift it up. Take all that out of the way and do that side thing there. And so from this, you're going to have a little gap there, but we're going to close it up in a minute. So from it up, Daisy, about there. Just make sure that that little bit of lining is not hooked under. Oh, come on, that'd be like that. Down you go. And you go down. All the way down one side. Just going to go back a little. And then foot up. Come on, up you go. And make sure you leave that opening. Well, I'm going to leave a good 4 inches or 5 inches. So I'm going to go sew across. Do you have a pattern for this bag? 2 rolls for Marcia. Olivia just wish me a happy grand. Oh, lovely. Hang on. So Marcia Newbold, yes, 2 rolls. So Marcia. And I'm going to price bag, please. Pattern for the bag will probably be around about $5-6, just depending on how many pages. The double-sided tape is, from memory, 8. I'll send you a pic of some batik I'm after. Can you see if you can have it or close to it? The pattern, this is about 6 yards. Okay, Jimmy. No dramas. All right, I think I've caught up with those. All right, so you leave that gap. Line up your seams. Might even actually start from that side again. Got my fold there. Get everything out of the way. I'm just going to do that little folded bit. Wait. And then this side bit down, and again keep that front of the bag out of the way. A little bit of difference in the length of that, but I'll make it work. A bit of tweaking going on over here. And I'm going to leave a really good, I don't know, probably, yeah, it's good palm length, like width of fingers, you know, like stretching out the fingers. Turning it. And again, we're going to go right up to as far as we can, but don't sort of freak out if you can't get right up to the top. That's no big deal. Okie dokie. So we've left a turning out thing. Thank you. One by tape. Marlene would like some. Oh, thank you, Naomi. Yes, thank you. One tape please and a pattern when printed. Yep, no worries, Judy. I won't take the pattern orders right now. I'll just pop it up and I'll have heaps printed out, so that's fine. There'll be plenty. I'll pop the tape down, Judy. Done. All right. So now we've done that, we now need to join the front, and we're going to do the same sort of thing. So you're going to be folding it and match your bottom. Did I unthread that then? How annoying. Okay. What will happen is that seam should hit halfway right where that zipper is, and that's exactly what it's doing, which is nice. It means I'm on the right one, right thing. So I'm just going to do that there. Might just pop a pin in it, it's a bit thicker. And I've got that little bit up here again, which I'm going to sew like I did the other one. So sewing that down. Come on. Don't be unthreading on me all the time. I'll get savage. Have a zipper tape and pattern. Yep, no worries, Bev. Like I said, once the pattern's up, I'll just pop it up there, and because I'm not sure whether it's 5 or 6, but I mean, I don't think that's very expensive anyway. And I'll pop some kits up as well, so if anyone's wanting kits. But also, like I say, I've got those packs of 40 charm squares at like $20, which is cheap, man. So, and you could pretty much get 2 out. You will need lining and that, so, and the lining will be different. This is just something I'm using. All right, so I'm going to sew from that lined up there. I'm going to sew from here to here, and I'm going to back stitch as well. Then again, get the lining out of the way. Sew down. Now, before I actually sew that down, I might put a Michelle's thingy on there. Let me just find it. That's not it. Let me just give you 2 seconds again. Oh, hang on, what's that? No, that's not it. Here, that's not it. 2 secs. Okay. Alrighty. Take that off. So my front is going to be where the zipper is. Oh. I just threw it somewhere. Where'd I throw it? Oh, there it is. Alrighty, so pop them up. That's going to sit like that there. So I want it around about. I can see. Oh, sorry. Do you have? I can hear your dogs. Oh, yeah. Rod's out there burning off a bit of stuff. Can I please have 2 tapes and pattern, please, Beverly? Shut. Yep. So, Bev, yeah. 2. Yeah. yes, Heather, I can see. Can anyone see me? I can now, Heather. Only this one, yeah, only that one, exactly. I couldn't see any of the others, Heather. So if there's anything you're asking me, you can always get the girls to repeat it. So halfway between here, that's 4 1/4, so 2 1/8, somewhere in the middle is here. There. And I'm going to come down about 1.5 inches, about there, and that is going to go there. So I just need to do permanent marker. I'm going to put a hole. Alright, so that's halfway. It's about right. So about there. No, we need to go a bit further out. So about there and about there. I've got really sharp pointy scissors, so I'm just going to chuck them through like that. And the other one like that. I'll put that one through there, that one through there, get rid of my pins now. That one through there. Flip her over. Oh, what happened to me little doodah? Little doodah, in you go. Oh, don't be like that. There we go. And I'm going to push them down tight. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Heather wants 2 rolls of tape. Thank you, Pat. Heather E. Yep. Done. Thank you, Pat. Heather, good thing. Okay. Heather wants to do that. I'm listening and watching you. I'm trying to make a travel tissue cover. The destructions are as clear as okay. I'm probably not making it any easier. Alright, so then we're going to go back to what we were doing. I've done that little lip there. Now we're going to do this side, lining up your zipper seam and the bottom. And we're going to just sew it down for now. We'll come back and do the other bit in a minute. That's one. Then we'll do the same to the other side. So line up that with the center of the zipper there. Stitch that. That there. Make sure that that lining and everything is out of the way. Doesn't look like it is. Nearly lost my thread again. Come here, little bug. Better. And you're going to do the same as what we did to the other side. Join up those seams best you can. Watch the rest on replay. I have to go now. Good. See you later, Judy. Now on the bottom here, I'm just going to sew across, leaving a 5-inch, no, sorry, I'm just going to sew right away the crossways, right across the bottom. So I'm going to do that. It's a bit excessy, so I won't need to do that yet. I'm going to square off the bottom. So open that out. Put your hand in there if you need to, which I'm going to do, so I've got the right thing. So open that out and get that seam there. Put your finger in there and flatten that out so that the seams sit on top of each other. And I'm just going to measure 1 inch up from that point there to there, and that's where I'm going to sew and place that across there. Do the same to the other side, and you're going to need to do the same to your lining, just FYI. So I'm just going to pop that down there like that. The seams are sitting on top of each other. Place it to 1 inch, put that down, put a pin across. You can draw a line if you want to, if it makes you feel more comfortable. And you're going to do the same to your lining. Just open that out. So you've got to pinch the seams together, measure 1 inch. Grab a pin, do the same to the other side. Alright, so we're going to just sew across those, and that's going to box out the corners for us. And do the other one. Trim them off. Do the same to the actual bag. Trim that off. These scissors are really just paper scissors, and I'm just putting them to the test, that's all. Couldn't find the other. Everyone keeps pinching me scissors, so I'm like, no. When I want a pair, I can never find them. That's what happens if you've got staff in your sewing room. If you don't have staff in your sewing room, you don't have that problem. If you've got one of those little finger tools, now's the time to use it, because this is where you get your fingers caught in the places you shouldn't have them in. Because you're trying to push things down. So So trim off those ends. Okay, now theoretically this should work. Everything's great in theory. So let's turn it out. Let's grab that. I might just grab one side. Fingers crossed, everyone. You know what I'm like. I'll probably have something back to front or upside down or inside out or sewn on differently or whatever. Oh, I've even left a big enough hole this time to turn it. And it's pulling out through the zipper, and that's because I left the zipper open. If you don't leave the zipper open, you have all sorts of dramas. Oh, that one just came off. Hang on. I've still got that open enough. Might actually hop it that other way. I'll turn. Is that one still on? Yeah, it is. I'm just going to push it the other way. Hopefully that should hold it better. Alright. So, that's you, is it, Lynn? I don't believe I've seen you make those beautiful bears. I've got one to prove it. Alright, so that's your bottom. So nice and based out. Oh, I didn't do that top bit. Hang on, let me go back in. Hang on. I nearly forgot something, didn't I? I nearly forgot. Hang on, the zipper, closing that zipper hole. Oh, hang on. Almost made a boozy boo. Thank God that hole's, and I've done that double stitching. You don't see the mistakes. No, I don't. I'm not looking for any mistakes. Okay, so that zipper bit, all right. So we had, see this zipper bit here, and we've got a hole here. See the hole there? We need to close that hole. So let me just get back in there and push that all back out nicely. Sorry about that. That was nearly a boo-boo, wasn't it? We had raw edges and all sorts of things going on. All right. Just push that out. Okay. So you get your bag, and you've got, you've got this little hole here. You've got to close it over. So we're going to stitch from here to here, closing that, and I'm going to do that to both sides. It's around about 2 inches, and that's literally going to close that over. So just make sure everything's nice and squished down. I nearly forgot this. Make sure you stitch back and forwards. And over the zip, back and forwards, and at the end, backwards and forwards, cut off. So then it sandwiches it. So we'll do that to this side. And it's literally about 2 inches. Okay, now we can turn it out the right way. Try again, Michelle. Nearly did it. Oh, probably easier without gloves on, catching on everything. Alright, let's go through the zipper. Let's grab the bag. There we go, that is easier. Are you going to Secret Santa this year? Oh my God, that was so much effort for, you know, a couple of people that did it. It was, I don't know, because there's like hundreds and hundreds of people. Don't know about that. Not 100% sure. Okay, so that pretty sure that's right. give it a bit of a moment. I'll close this. I think that's right. Just before I do, pretty sure, oh yeah, I just tuck that in. Actually, what I might do, no, I might just, what's the name of it? I know, so see if I can square off that top bit. I didn't quite think of that because that top bit wasn't in that that one I seen online. It wasn't a pattern, it was just a thing. So let me have a look at this top bit. Let's see if we can do this. What have I done here? Alright. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so that would have to, because we've sewn that, we need to, this bit here, we need to flatten that out. Don't worry about the lining, just that bag top. We need to flatten that out and stitch that across there. Maybe thinking, and it's around about 1 inch in, same as the bottom. Leave that in there if you wanted to, but not necessarily. It's going to be fine when it's done. I've got a little bit of caught a little bit of that top bit there. Just get it out of the way so I can square off this top bit. Nice little free cut, well not free but close to free. Alright, so let's trim them off. Let me check first before I do. I'm not turning it, I'm not cutting until I've turned it. Make sure it looks right. Yeah. Now I can cut. Oh, look, if I did it, I'd stuff it, I'd find a way to fix it. But pretty sure that would work. I haven't done the lining on that because it's going to tuck up in there, so you're not really going to see that. Let me go again. Try 3rd time's a charm. By this time it should just come out on its own by now. You'd think it'd know what to do. Self-birthing bag. At least the name thing hasn't come off this time. Trial and error sometimes. Well, that's what I say. I actually haven't done this yet. This is me just going off the seat of the pants thing. I've seen a technique and I went, oh, and then I seen another thing and I went, oh, well, I can do it with that. And then I thought, oh, we could do it, you know, this way. Oh, there we go. That's better. It's boxed out the top properly. Nice. Pushing out those. All right, now. All right, let me just get my ironing mat. I'm just going to iron them flat a little. That's the lining. I know it's all crunched up and everything, but it'll be fine. I'm just going to sort of, because it's all been, I've gone in and out a couple of times, I'm just going to iron it over. Come on, play nice. It should just snap close, but, you know, these things are sent to try me, so there we go. So theoretically you should be able to put your fingers in between those two, between the opening with those two stitches, and just pop that closed and just top stitch that, and top stitch it real close, like an 1/8 of an inch in. So I just need to like that. So most of the project bags I see are really quite thin and everything. There's another couple of ideas I do have, but I thought, you know, sometimes you have bulky ones. I mean, this could also be good for a, you know, lappy top thing or iPad thing or whatever they are. Alright, that's good enough. Go in there, push out my corners. That, and it didn't have a handle. It's all lined. A little bit of stretching there with the stitching. That's my bad for not like, you know, not doing what I should have done. That lining should just sit up in there nicely. And if you wanted to put a little tag, you know, for holding on to the zipper, you could. I'm probably going to just get one of those little doodahs to put in it. And fold that down. There. Love the colours, love the fabric. Look at that. Give her a bit of a once over. A little bit on that side. I like it. And you could get two, easily get two, because I've used 9, 10, yeah, 10, 11, 12, 13 charm squares, and there's 40 in a what's the name? So there you go, all good, all done. So like I say, with the top and the handle and that, just needs a bit of a press. Probably could have done that a little bit wider maybe, but you know, or stitched down there on either side to make it fold. It's pretty much a case of making it fold. So but yeah, oh good, that's good. I've got one more thing, Liz, to show you. It's those little what are they called, the coaster kit, and I wanted to show you how easy they are to put together. There we go, a little project bag. You could also put the clear plastic on the front if you wanted to cut out an opening so that you could actually see what's inside there. You could colour coordinate it, you could put a label on your little thingy to tell you what's in there on this as well. Lots of things you could do. But yeah, she's done, and it didn't take me too long, probably, well, time to go live, about an hour and a half probably, with a little bit of fluffing around. Library bags for the kitties, yeah, absolutely. So you can make the handle longer, you can put an actual bag handle on it, clips, all sorts of things. So that's that one. You can adjust it to whatever you like. But let me show you the Charming Coaster Pack. So all you need is, I'll just pop that over here. You're going to need an ironing mat. Alright, so you need backing, inner thingy. You need, what else have I got here? 1, 2, what different colours? So 3 and 4. Might change that one out for that. And might make that my backing. I need 1, and then I need 1 in underneath, which might actually be, say that one. Alright, whoops, it is. Okay. So what you do is, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 up there. These, and I need a little bit of wadding, so I'm just going to give them a quick press, very quick. Need a piece of wadding, and this is a bit of scrap from what I just did. So I'm just going to cut it the size of this. This is just a poly wadding. Dad asks what we are learning today. Dan. G'day, Dan. We've just made a little project bag. Measurements and everything coming soon. And now we're going to do a co-star. So this one here, now what you do is you pop, so whatever's going to be the backing, no, is going to be the lining that goes underneath. Pretty sure that's right. Then you get these and you fold them in half. Just going to pop that out of the way for a second. Fold in half. Oh, excuse me. Fold in half. Fold in half. And fold in half. So you get these in the little kits. The kits are 2. And then you go. I'm just going to remember which one I've got on first. I think I just take that out from underneath there. Place that one down. Now make sure your raw edge is facing the edge of the, well, they call that either a lining or another underpiece thing there. So that one there, that one actually, the fold is not quite right. And this one. And then your last one, you basically, that way, lift up one, place it under, and it goes over the other, just like that. So you've got this sort of full patchy thing. I'm pretty sure that you do that and that. From memory, I've only made one. Okay, so let's just sew this around and 1/4 inch seam. Just make sure that those little openings don't flip up, and that, oh, that one there's a fold facing the wrong way. We don't want that. Around, then up. Make sure you catch everything in the seam. You should pin it. I haven't pinned, obviously, so I could miss something in the seam. And my square might not be square by the end of it because I've not pinned. Oop, that was nearly my finger. Alright. I had to teach a girl how to make the coaster on Friday. Oh, really? So then just cut off your little excess bits, which is around the edges. Just these edge bits. Excess fabric, otherwise it'll get in underneath where it shouldn't. Not too thick. Okay. Then basically you turn it right way around. If you've caught all your seams, you're good to go. Five-minute project. Look at that. Put this here. Don't ever use scissors inside. Jokes. Alright, just push out your corners. If you do use something sharp, just make sure you're not, pushing so hard that you go through your fabric because that would be annoying. So those little kits are $20 for 2 of these, and it has all the fabric and wadding, everything you need to just make them. You don't have to, there's no guessing. It's just there, done. Look at that. All done. There's my backing. It's got the instructions in it. And it's done, done, done. There's one. Easy peasy. How cool is that? There's your bonus for the day. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could stitch that down if you really want to. You don't have to. Also allows you to turn it around the right way or the other way if you wanted to, if you have to restitch anything. But yeah, you could wheel these off in no time. Purple thing is good for it. Yeah, that's another one that's really good for it. Yep, absolutely. Tweezers. I also use that thread puller, you know, the thread puller. I use that as well, but of course mine's in with the stuff for the shows. So yes, there you go, all done, nice and easy. So you just place them, make sure your folds are facing inwards and your raw edges are touching each other. You could top stitch around the outside if you want to, but I find what happens when you do that is it tends to push and shove it out of the way. Make for my Secret Santa, I use them, I move around all the time. There you go, Julie, awesome. So great little thing, and there's yeah, plenty of kits there, and we'll have them on at the show as well. So I hope you enjoyed the bag. Like I say, you can just change it up however you want it to be, but I figured that would be a great little thing to pop your projects in. Plenty of room, plenty of room, plenty of room. You can get all sorts of, you can even use it for rulers, all sorts of stuff. There you go. Oops, hold on to that. So there you are. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow night for some lives before I go away. It's a great idea, Pat, making for, can you put the base of your wine glass in it? Probably not. You'd have to make them bigger, like with 10-inch ones, so that you've got a longer strip, because there's not it's only 2.5 inches there, or 2 inches by the time you take out your seams and stuff. So yeah, or make them longer. Could I please order a charm pack and a double-sided tape? Sure, Christine. Charm pack and a double-sided tape. Alright, I'll write the tape down. Christine Burgess. And I'll put one of those packs away for you. You're welcome, Terry. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for your time and teaching us. Pat, you're more than welcome. Thank you for joining me. Without you, I'll be just talking to myself. So enjoy your day, guys. See you later. Bye.